Hi everybody, welcome to Mark's Backyard Birds and Saturday Live at the Backyard Bird Center. Bluebirds the topic today. I've done this video about 3 or 4 years ago and the picture quality, sound quality was pretty bad, so I'm redoing it, so I apologize if it sounds repetitive to you, but bluebirds in winter are always a good topic, and how to attract them to your yard or to your bird feeders is a question we get asked a lot. Bluebirds are just highly desirable backyard birds. That's all there is to it. They, of course, are the state bird of Missouri and the state bird of New York. Ruth over there nodding her head. Yeah, absolutely. They're gorgeous. They sing beautiful songs. But a lot of people think that they all leave in the winter months and we don't have any. Well, for Missouri, it's kind of confusing because we have two populations that we really recognize here, and that is, of course, our nesting breeding population, which is here and pulls off 2, 3, 4 nests in a season. But this time of year, they tend to move and shift south, not very far. A lot of them, they just go maybe to Arkansas, to Texas, the southern states, where they can get dependable open water, and also lots more insects down there in winter, but open water is a big thing. But we still see a lot of bluebirds in winter because northern birds, those to our immediate states north, like northern Iowa and Minnesota and southern Canada and those areas, those birds do have to leave, but mainly because of water. Now they subsidize on fruit in winter, so they do if they can get into an area that has a really good soft mass, there are lots of berries in there, cedar berries, things like that. Those bluebirds can survive that, where they thrive on that during the winter. But if they can't find unfrozen water, then they can perish. So they move as far south as they need to. And this winter so far has been pretty mild. So birds that would settle into this area, they have plenty of open water for them. But if it gets a lot colder, which they say maybe moving into January is whenever our pattern's going to change and we're going to get a lot colder in our area. But a source of unfrozen water is number one. I always say that attracting bluebirds to your yard, 90 may be a little too heavy, but maybe 75% luck. And that is, landscaping is great if you plant berries for them, but providing a clean, dependable, open source of water, like a heated bird bath, is key. That's usually what gets those bluebirds into your yard, because they have to have it. And finding open water, it can be very, very tricky, but they have to have it. So bluebirds, most people see bluebirds in their yard at their heated bird baths, and they're just absolutely wonderful additions. And it's not just bluebirds, of course. Carolina wrens, mockingbirds, a lot of birds that are not typically seed eaters love the open water, have to have that open water. So heated bird baths are number one, and if I say that all the time. So, but that's the number one way you can help bluebirds, the number one way to attract them to the yard. Then once you've got them coming into your yard, they see the other birds feeding at bird feeders, and I think they want to go explore the bird feeder, see what those birds are getting, and they move. Sometimes they're feeding with your finches. I came up with my own formula a few years back called Bluebirds and Friends, and that is some small peanut pieces, some medium sunflower hearts, but also dried mealworms and suet nuggets. These are all things that bluebirds will eat. Not just bluebirds, Carolina wrens, and a lot of these non-seed-eating birds like this kind of mixture. So providing something like this, and I'm going to put in the comment section below, I'm going to put my formula that I use for this if you want to give the pieces to yourself, but also we just sell it in the 5-pound bags here, and it gets really popular this time of year. So providing some food, providing a clean source of water, and then leaving your bluebird boxes up in winter. And we talk about putting maybe some, if you took out your nesting material at the end of the year, maybe putting some nesting material back in there. We have the wool type nesting materials you put in there, and there's some feathers, things like that come in packages. But you can put some nesting material, leaves, straw, pine straw, any of those things will work, and it helps because those bluebirds will roost in these boxes at night during the winter months. So 3, food, water, and shelter. All animals need to survive. And that's what that can help and attract bluebirds to your yard, and those main things. So we love bluebirds, and we want to help them. There's a few tips for that. So thanks for the idea for the program. Give us a like, give us a share. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. Until then, come on, let's talk.